The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Anthony Dorsett, Damontre Moore, and Newy Scruggs.
Welcome to the Players Lounge right here at the WSBC podcast studio at the Star in Frisco, Texas, the official headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys. You got Anthony Dorsett, former NFL player here. Trey Moore, former NFL player, Dallas Cowboy here.
Damn.
Barry Church, former NFL player, Dallas Cowboy here. I'm Newy Scruggs. Ain't played. No way.
Multi-ME. Don't head and talk to me. Doing this for 2+ decades.
You done won the Heisman of broadcasting.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That mean I wake up out the bed, ain't got no hurts.
He's
ain't got no pain.
He said I can make it like y'all, just a smarter way.
One thing I found when I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I was like, man, there's your bus, and they need to put like what ligament you gave up out your body. Because when I saw these dudes with gold jacks, everybody had something. I'm like,
hurting.
Man, everybody would hurt, man. Boy. I mean, if you weren't in the Hall of Fame unless you gave up something in your body. I'm like, true. Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'll just watch it.
Something.
That's true.
It is something, man. I remember the first time I met a bunch of Hall of Fame, Deacon Jones, a bunch of people in L.A. Man, it was great. It was great, but man. It just hit me.
I know he got them D-line fingers that they talk about.
Oh,
if y'all don't know about it.
The handshakes were scary.
It's different. Like, you got two fingers going this way, you be like, here you go, sir.
If you ever get to see Anthony Munoz, former Cincinnati Bengal Hall, his finger goes way out. I mean, his thumb is way out there. Man. Oh, man. It's the handshakes of you meeting Hall of Famers is very different, especially D-line, because their hands they're mangled.
Yeah.
They are mangled
Brian
hands.
Baldinger. Remember Baldy?
Yeah.
Baldy hands, Jack.
Baldy on NFL Network with them fingers on everywhere. like Edward Scissors hands out there.
Every corner of the room right now. Just I got eyes on all y'all.
It is. So, all right. Finally, the week is over. Okay, 2 Monday Night Football games. Baker Mayfield and company go down the field, and they win the game in Houston.
Baker was baking.
3 of you all had it yesterday. Trey, you had it 24-13 Tampa. Church, you had it 24-14 Tampa. Dorsett, you had it 27-24 Tampa. I went with Houston. And I had it 21-20. I thought I was looking good too.
It was almost there.
I
got you.
D'Amico Ryan's defense.
That's how.
No pass rush, though.
They was missing so many tackles.
Will was getting around there a couple times.
Late. I'm talking on that last drive.
Oh, yeah, last drive.
On that last drive, they wasn't making nothing happen.
It was gas then.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. I'm like, man, you're at home. Now Houston's 0-2. They are 0-2.
I hate that.
And I sit around here and think about the Cowboys being 1-1. And 1-1 and 0-2 is a whole different type of hole in this league.
Oh, yeah.
In this league of what it is you're fighting through. And it was a home game for Houston, and you had a lead at the end.
But
that's a short week.
If I'm not mistaken,
I know it. Go ahead.
I believe in my good brother D'Amico, because that was my dog. He coached and played against him. In his defense, I want to say since he's been a head coach, they started 0-2 every time since he's been there, and they made the playoffs. So if I'm Houston, I ain't just gonna jump ship yet. I've been seeing a lot of like, hey, what is D'Amico doing? What is CJ Stroud doing? For him, if I'm him, I'm telling the team, we've been here before. We know how to do this, so it's not the panic button. But for other teams that haven't been there or been to the playoffs in a while, you can't afford to take those steps back like the other ones.
Is it KC 0-2 right now?
Yeah,
KC 0-2. It is.
KC's 0-2.
I was going to bring that up.
The next two for the Texans, they got to go to Jacksonville. So they're going to that. September game in the heat, as you know, Barry, playing down there.
It's real. That
is not an easy game. And then they host the Titans at home. So they got 2 divisional games coming up.
Titans ain't no slouches either.
Titans not no slouch, but Jacksonville, if I'm them, I'm saying this is where we getting our lick back, man.
Boy, you crazy.
Did you not see what?
Man, listen, the Titans is known for digging a hole in Jacksonville.
The Titans might be, but I'm talking about Jacksonville from what I seen from them and their gameplay and the way the team was like, Duval, like you got your players over there telling your coach, sit over here like that. I'm going to be like, hey, man, there's some turmoil going on down there.
Yeah, but I just saying, that's a divisional game, like you said. You know what I'm saying? I've been a part of that rivalry, if you want to call it, in that division. And, that's going to be a good game. But at the same time, I'm here I go again with my heart, right?
Yeah, don't do it, man.
I did that, and you see why I'm in last place right now.
But at the same time, Cam Ward is actually doing a decent job.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
man.
And
he's doing
See his first touchdown pass?
Yeah.
Oh, he put that on the dot.
he's doing good.
And speaking of Kansas City, they're on Sunday Night Football this week. They've got the Giants. They're going to the Giants. So got to get this. I mean, it's a must win. Must win.
It's a must win.
When y'all see games like this, okay, like since Cowboys just played the Giants and then the KC about to play them, do y'all ever like say measure the teams off of how they play against that team too as well? So like we're gonna look at KC and say, okay, like if they played them like that, could the Cowboys maybe beat KC? Do you do stuff like that?
I can't. I feel like as former players, we can't do that no more because I done been my rookie year. I was like, oh, that team beat them. We're historically better than them. I know we look better than them. And then all of a sudden, that team we were just looking down upon, what they say, any given Sunday is real. So for me as a player, I don't look at it like that. I do take some measurements and I say, hey, if you're playing your best and then you do them like that, then yeah, but no.
Nah, it's all about matchups, man. For me, that's how I always looked at the game. I mean, like, when you're going against them, their, line might be trash, but they got skill positions everywhere. And they be like, man, it's going to be a tough matchup for us in the secondary. And vice versa. Maybe their wide receivers and tight ends aren't like that. But, man, they offensive line is like that. So we're going to have to be covering a little bit longer. So, to me, it's always about matchups in the National Football League.
And who'll come in hot that weekend.
Bart Scott used to always say that to me when I went to the radio show with him, former NFL player. He says, styles make fights.
Yep, exactly.
At the end of the day, styles make fights. So he says you have to look at that. And then when I read Bill Belichick's book this summer, The Art of Winning, he said he says you can't do it because when do you play someone matters. Is it your health? Where are you at? What are the conditions? We talk about Florida. Going to Florida in September and at the end of the year is different, man.
Hey, Ivy.
1 o'clock window.
Hey, 1 o'clock window, get out that plane. They say you got 2 hours to yourself. Throughout that 2 hours, the good vets, they get their team together. Like, I will never forget being in New York. All the vets, Justin Tuck and Trail Rose, they brought all the rookies together and was like, no, you're getting the IV right now. Like, we need you, Damontre, because you're playing, and we know how much you do this, so we're paying for your IV. And I didn't realize the importance of it until, like, you got down and you played your Jacksonville's Miami. It is muck.
Yeah, you look during Bill Belichick's tenure at Miami. I mean, in New England, winning at Miami was hard for him. And I remember the great '85 Bears. The only game they lost was December in Miami, and they talked about, hey man, you getting in that it matters. So that's why the thing of just who do you play, where do you play, and the timing of it. What's the health of your football team? So to sit up here and say, hey, you know what, they beat them, and how do I measure it there? It's a totally different thing because now if you're the Cowboys, this Giants game, considering what happened with your secondary. And not having Bland and those kinds of things. What if 3 months later, you fixed it and you're good? So all of it, it's a week-to-week league basically.
Yeah, it is.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah. It is a week-to-week league. The other Monday Night Football game, the Raiders got tore up by the Chargers.
Young Herb.
Trey had the Raiders 17-13.
Yeah.
Dorsett, you had it 21-14. Church and I, we went with Herb.
Herb, baby.
Justin Herbert. Church, you had a 20-17. I had a 26-20 Chargers. So they got it done. Apparently, Tom Brady's in the booth listening to,
cheating.
They just let Tom Brady do whatever he
wants. Al Davis going on. That's what Al Davis
He can do whatever he wants.
Al Davis give their call down on the field like, hey.
So you can have these production meetings.
But Al not on TV, right?
That's what I'm saying. You can go talk to these people and then go up to the booth like, hey, man, when they do this or they get this formation, they looking at this guy. That's crazy.
All day.
That's crazy.
That is what is so crazy about it because we're talking about the GOAT of the game. We're talking about a guy that plays the most important position on the field. Like, it's your job to break down coverages and stuff like that. To be a long tenure player like he is, now to be in the front office on the ownership, and then you see the sports broadcasting. Yeah, you crazy if I ain't over here. I'm looking like this, and then next week I'm in my owner suite. Hey, I got a little tail. Whenever he blink like this,
that's crazy.
I'm in your facility.
Like, but that's why.
In your facility.
Yes.
I'm in other people's facility.
Look how Romo broke it down when he did his first coverage and breaking that game down. You don't think Brady's doing that right now, saying, I want to win?
Have you guys ever been in one of those, like Sunday Night Football, Monday Night production meetings? So I did a couple with Chris Collinsworth and everything. And, they'll sit you down for about, 15, 12 minutes, and they're asking everything. All right, so, what do you think the strengths are of your defense? How are you going to attack this quarterback? Because they use the tidbits on the broadcast. Like, I was talking to church, and, when they come out of this formation, they see this. So this is how they're going to attack it. So it makes them, seem better in the booth, which you understand. And you're Brady. So you're going to be in that Collinsworth seat asking these questions. So when they play the Raiders, going to be like, hey, man, hey, when they do this, this is exactly what it's gonna be like. It's crazy, man.
But does he get a little bit of leeway, because it's like, even with him doing all that, y'all still lost. Yeah. What do you say? You still lost.
No. No, because we understand this is a first-year program and they're making changes, but it also becomes the overall perception of it.
Me personally, I agree with y'all wholeheartedly. But as a Raiders fan or Tom Brady, you're gonna be like, bro, what am I doing? We lost. Like,
the Raiders gonna be cool.
They're gonna be like, cool. Hey, we good. Because on the back end is gonna come back to help you. But I'm just playing devil's advocate right now.
That's wild.
It is.
That's
and then they kept flashing to him like, hey, you see Tom
with the headset on.
And the fact that they even said it during the middle of the broadcast, they said, yo, Tom sits in these meetings and we talk to the coaches saying thank you because of the way that he's showing us the game. It's a whole different perspective.
But did you hear how Pete Carroll came back? Like, I just saw it before we came in here. Pete Carroll was on there just correcting some things, because I think it was, I can't remember which coach was saying that, we talk to Tom, we go over game plan and everything else with him. Pete Carroll was like, no, we don't.
Chip Kelly.
Hey, smart guy.
Right. Pete Carroll came back. He's like, nah, he's just in the building. He's a great resource to us. Let me clean this up real quick right now. Before we get in any trouble with this.
Before the levees break, because it's like they do have a microscope on them.
That's tough, man.
That was a big knock. It's just crazy how big of a knock this was before the season even started, when people were like, hey, how is he going to call games and stuff? And now that we're actually here in real live time, it's radio silent. Like, you don't hear as much. I thought this morning I would have got up and heard, and maybe because the Raiders didn't win, that's why a lot of people wasn't talking about it as much, but I thought it would have been bigger headlines.
Overall, you have to be very cautious if you're Jim Harbaugh, and Brady's doing a game for you somewhere down the road for Fox, because you're like, wait a minute, man, you're in my division. Yeah. I don't want to sit around here and give you any. And then so you're the head coach of the player. Hey, man, give this dude nothing. Mm-hmm. And that would be what I would say.
So I got a friend of mine who I think Terry Killens might be the first former NFL player that's actually an official now. Okay. Right? Played with me with the Titans, also played for the 49ers too as well. And talking to him, they wouldn't allow him to do games for teams that he previously played for. Really? So he couldn't do a 49er game. He couldn't do a Titan game. I think, eventually the schedule ended up changing because they had to do something with, just with different officiating teams. But, initially, he couldn't even do any of those games.
Conflict of interest. You're trying to prevent it.
Newly, you're a detail-oriented guy. Do you know, the nuances of, in his contract, of what they let be put out there, of what he can do? Because I know there were certain games that Brady couldn't call, or at least they mentioned that. Is there any restrictions?
No, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know, but it's just the perception. Yeah. And that's what so much of this comes down to, perception. And then just when you go into these meetings, because I've just, even at a collegiate level, having talked to different coaches at times, that when these other coaches get let go and all of a sudden now they're here, that sometimes they're even guarded about, hey, because the coaching industry, everybody's friends, and some people are closer friends than others. Or, hey, I got fired, but I used to coach for so-and-so and such and such. They're in these production meetings wondering, okay, man, these are your boys over here. What are you going to say? And people can get upset at times and say, well, you're questioning my integrity, but we know coaches are the most superstitious dudes out here, secretive guys out here. So those meetings and just who's in there, man, that stuff matters. But on that college level, because they get rid of so many guys, and then we also know this. We've seen it too many times. These college coaches get fired. They won't go on TV. They bird dogging. They ain't doing nothing going around here. That's it. They waiting to talk to the AD, the president over that university. Hey, how are things going? I'm just doing it.
I'm just doing this.
So I'll give you a good example. No. So here you go. I was waiting on Josh Hoover outside at we were at Keenan Stadium at the Carolina game for TCU, and no, they were coming off the field. It was Jimbo Fisher who introduced himself to the president at TCU. The chancellor. Hey. So him, AD, they're shaking hands and everything. I was laughing, man.
I wish they'd have hired him.
Because you want some of that money back?
Yes. I want. Hey, you talking about rob somebody?
That offset money?
Yes, get some of it back.
Yeah. So I just, and you know what Jimbo had on? A purple tie.
That boy good. That boy good. Hey, church, what you say? I go upstairs. I got to see that boy. You got to work it.
Let me let you see that I look good in y'all.
Jimbo fishing with a purple tie on, made sure he introduced
It's
himself to
royal.
the
It's
Chancellor,
royal.
baby.
Do I have on purple? It's an accident.
It was you know what I said? That boy good.
Yeah, he's smart. What they say, work smarter, not harder. I am not opposed to it. Go
That
ahead.
boy good. All right. Jerry Jones with some things to say on his radio show on Tuesday, especially about the secondary for people who have some questions here. Let's dive into that next with Barry Church, Trey Moore, Anthony Dorsett. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1. Any broadcast without the express addition of cooked-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12. No crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31. Anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
To the Players Lounge.
The countdown to game day starts with the Rally Days presented by SeatGeek. Get behind-the-scenes look at AT&T Stadium. Meet the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, alumni, play games, win prizes, and more. Get your tickets at AT&Tstadium.com/Rally Days.
Thank you. Trey Moore.
Killed that
in the house.
read,
Brother. Here. Players Lounge.
That read.
I see you. That boy good. That boy good.
Aristocrat Gaming sponsors the show. Got Anthony Dorsett here, Barry Church. That's Trey Moore. I am Newy Scruggs. Jerry Jones does his radio show every Tuesday on 105.3 The Fan. And Jerry said they don't have much interest when asked about trying to sign former Dallas Cowboy free agent corner Stephon Gilmore. He spoke about how Deron Bland and rookie Siobhan Revell are on the way.
What'd you say last show, Newy? If somebody said, if you want to know, Cooks, if you want to know, go to the show. Like,
Bland or not, yeah. So he said Bland might.
Man,
He said Bland might.
That's crazy for are you but are they rushing him back? Like, I ask these questions.
And that's a legitimate question. But the owner said, could be.
What he say goes. We all know this around
Dr. Jones.
Has not played.
You can't.
Like, come on, man.
You can't discredit Gilly. Like,
off of ACL.
He didn't say play this week, but he just said on the way.
he's on the way. It don't matter. You need somebody here yesterday. What are we talking about? Did somebody throw up 4 of them things on you? Like, I like to disrespect a player that's already been here, that is a proven perennial Pro Bowler and still has something left in the tank. You can't.
All right. So,
You can't discredit experience.
so here's something, and I love this because I got it from Mickey Spagnola, because Mickey, who works over here as well. What's the cost? Because all day long,
True. This is true.
You could,
This is true.
Stephon Gilmore ain't just coming out for no $1 million.
He ain't gonna come
No
in for
shit. No
his
shit.
league
Minimum
he
ain't gonna allow
he
him
not
to do
gonna
that anyway, though.
He's not gonna come for $1 million because first of all, his vet minimum is way more than that. But
he's got to okay to get you off the couch, to get anybody off the couch who's been a defensive player of the year with a resume like that. Dude ain't just coming up here for nickels and dimes.
You gave Clowney 6. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so like the need. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get too frustrated about that, but you gave Clowney this money coming off the couch. That was a dire need for a dire situation. 4 of them things, over 400 plus throwing yard. You don't need him.
Well, if
that is the
man, they need him in here for he can teach.
He could teach, he can coach, and he can still play.
Man, they need to pay that
right now.
Diggs was following this man when he was here.
Exactly. So he was at his prime.
So I'm not debating you on that. What I'm debating you on
is the price tag.
When we talk about these things, you always have to. What does the player want? Because Clowney came here, I'm good right now, and you know what that really meant? The number ain't what I needed to be.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Russ dropping bombs over Baghdad.
Hey, you gonna come meet that number, huh?
Yeah, we got it. We found it.
What Clowney say?
We found it.
Hey, we got him. We got him.
Okay.
I'll be calling in 5 minutes. I told you.
Right. Okay. So they all out there like just show me the money. So I mean, and look, let's just look at Gilmore's career. He like Clowney, man. He ain't playing for free.
Oh no.
No, I got a resume.
He got a real resume.
They do, but they did. They did.
Did they both go to South Carolina?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
But and so you don't. But when you got situations like that, you know there's a dire need, and you're trying to get back in there. We all know that your homeboy hits you up, man. Just take a little bit of a discount. It's gonna be good over here. We eat chicken, bruh. You can come do your thing.
When has he done that?
But the whole thing is this, though. He says that he wants to play. Like he's publicly said that he wants to play. And if you don't have a lot of people knocking on your door, you know you're gonna take what's coming down the pipe.
That number is gonna go down a little bit, just a little bit.
So I don't know. Like, does he have that many options right now?
That's why I said.
Like, who hitting him up?
Well, I think he has options. Like you said, I just think the number is not what it wanted to be. Like, who's gonna give in first? Like, I'm giving y'all my numbers. Somebody's gonna meet this number, and I think it's the waiting.
This is also a man that's made a ton
of money. How does his body feel?
And so is he gonna sit there on the couch and be like, yo, nobody's called, but Cowboys coming in for 1.5. I'm good. Like
it's not worth it no more. That's what I said. You got to test out those injuries.
That's when I was doing my radio show, Bart Scott. That was the same thing. He was like, "Hey man, I'm not playing right now." He said, and I've had offers, but I'm not coming for that.
Exactly.
And he said, because automatically, and I loved how Bart thought about it, whatever number you tell me, slice it in half to taxes.
Right now.
And he's like, is it worth my body and what I'm going to have to give and the way I play for this? Nobody made him that offer, so he never went back and played once he stopped. He's like, nah, it's not worth it to my body. And so if I'm imagining Gilmore, who has a Hall of Fame resume.
Exactly.
A Hall of Fame resume. Not getting off the couch for any old nickels and dimes. That's how I would perceive it without talking to him. And he has a legitimate case.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't. He don't have that budge.
I couldn't see them trying to offer him less than they gave Clowney. Like like that. Hey, now look.
I don't think
see them doing.
What he say stat wise?
The resume you just said he has.
I'm with you.
I don't. But the only thing I'm gonna say with that is, who's more impactful, that cornerback or that pass rusher? You gonna overpay for that pass rusher.
Right.
And that cornerback if you're going bargain hunting.
450 yards, man.
Yeah, it's true.
And so I'll also say this.
That's why Clowney got 6.
You talk about Clowney versus Gill. You've seen what Gilly can do, and you've seen it up close and personal. But you saw the impact he had on Diggs.
Yes.
So what he can do and what he's a known quantity. So I would think put that as a check mark for him that Jerry should look at. And here's something else that Jerry said, quote, as much as anything, it's buying into the scheme. You've got to handle your responsibilities. You can't just be out there trying to make a play. Make sure your responsibilities are covered first. That's Jerry talking about the whole defensive issues with the team right now. So I ask all of you, is this the product of 3 straight defensive coordinators and 3 straight defensive schemes of people trying to figure out what to do?
I believe it could be. And what you always say, is it talent or technique? And a lot of those blown coverages, to me, was technique. Bad eyes. You're in the deep third, but you're still looking in the backfield, slow backpedal. You're letting guys go by you. You're just not really understanding the scheme. So I feel it has a lot to do with that. I don't think it's just these guys are just getting out skilled. Like they're just out there getting routed up. I don't think it's like that. I think in the zone coverage, you just have, your technique is bad eyes. And these are all things that are coachable. So I feel like you got to understand your personnel a little bit better as well. With all due respect, Donovan Wilson is not a deep player, like a deep half safety, a deep coverage type safety. He does most of his damage when he's in the box or he's that kind of rat player where he's just reading and reacting, coming downhill, laying people out. Like that is his wheelbox. That's where he's going to make a lot of his money. The deep part of the field, I think, should be primarily where Hooker plays. I mean, he's used to that. Back in Indianapolis when he first came as a first-round pick, he was a dog back there, red line to red line all over the place, covering people mistakes. So for me, I think they've got to get a better understanding, and Eberflus has to do this, of what makes sure putting your players in their best position to make plays. And having Donovan Wilson back there at that deep kind of cover safety is just not where it needs to be in my position.
What can they do?
To me, it still boils down a lot to this. Eberflus thought he was going to have Micah Parsons. He thought he was going to have an eraser in here. And that right there being said that he does not have that no more, and come on, they based a lot of that off of the pressure that he was going to be able to produce, and so with that being said, this defense is not being run to the capabilities that it is supposed to be, like what you guys have been talking about. Like I heard you, it's guys going to be going here, they're going to be doing this and that, and it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Your point taken, but what's your job as a coach?
What?
Is to cover up the warts.
Got to make it work.
You got to figure out, hey, Chuck Daly, former great basketball coach, said your job as a coach is to cover up where are they? Stick a Band-Aid on it and cover it up and keep it covered up as long as you can before somebody pulls the Band-Aid off and exposes it. And so whatever Flus thought he was getting and White Cotton thought they were getting, it's not there. They did have opportunities in camp because he wasn't out there a lot. So to figure it out, and so let's see what it is. And clearly, bringing in Clowney was, we thought we was going to have a little bit more. We don't. So you're trying to help it, but this is the league.
Me myself personally, I don't think it's more so the Micah thing. I think it's more so what Barry is saying. And to break it down a little bit further, if you play for Flus, like I said, this is a very simple defense. Like, it's not like you're doing too much. So with it being simple, you should be able to play your technique to the best of its potential. I think during the preseason, a lot of people were doing that, but y'all know as well as I do, when you get that opportunity and it's like, hey, you potentially go out there and make one good play with a name that's not here, there's a lot of unproven stuff. It's guys that you got that are playing the role and saying, hey, I'm going to do my part, but when I get out here, I got to make this play. I'm going to bite on it.
So what about last year? Because we heard some of the same stuff with Zimmer, and Zimmer kind of admitted it afterwards. Like, I should have done some things differently in my defense, but who's buying into the defense?
Yeah. So sometimes, and this is a question, we all know this as players, like some coordinators, are they creative enough to make changes like that? Or are they just stuck in their ways and it's their scheme more so over what the players they have?
Oh yeah.
Right. So no. And so that's what I'm seeing. Basically as a coordinator, just like what you said, Newy, you got to be able to work around the talent that you have. And if that scheme that you put in ain't going to be able to work for the talent that you have to get creative enough to be able to go outside the box and still make some changes and hopefully get successful with what you're doing.
And I think, and like I said, I might be biased because I played for him. I think Eberflus is creative enough to do that. Like, he sticks to his fundamentals as far as the 4-wide system, but he's had success here at the Cowboys when he was the linebacker coach, and he was calling the plays, to when he left here and had the success with Indy. You had the same defensive scheme, but you had completely different players. You had a guy from Michael Parsons over here dominate when you came here, or when you come back to where you got DeForest Buckner over there that's doing his thing. You have multiple, like, you've had guys like what was the Shaq Leonard that was the linebacker over there. When he was here, he had there you go. You got Sean Lee. Yeah. You got guys like Kenny Moore, who playing style is completely different from Trayvon Diggs. So I would say that he's had success in all those. It's just about, like you said, are the players really going to buy into it? And then eventually, a lot of this is onus on the players. Like, nobody told, like Donovan, if you know that coach is putting you in a bad situation, I think that's where the veteranship, and this is why I would think Gilly would be a good factor, is don't put yourself in the bad situation. You know you're not fast enough to come down here. Give yourself an extra little cushion there. Yeah. Elam, you should not be over here trying to press somebody and you only a buck tall and not even 6 foot in your cleats, like, and trying to go do somebody like this. Like, you made up, Barry. Y'all, and like I said, I'm a defensive lineman, so we see stuff like straight and narrow. Mm-hmm. Y'all tell me as a DB, because y'all got to pay attention not only to the quarterback, the receiver, and y'all are more reaction based, so you have to prepare better as far as being the reactor versus the reaction, if that makes sense.
And that's why, to me, film study was such a big thing in my book, because I was never, the fastest, quickest, didn't have, the hips and all that. But if I knew what the offense was going to do pre-snap based on the formations, whether it's 2x2, 3x1, it allowed me to play from a 4-6 to a 4-4 on there, because I knew what was coming in ahead of time. And when it comes down to putting your players in the right position, it's a real delicate process, especially at the safety spot, because there's guys that they don't want to be in the middle of the field all day, every day. Like, I'm sure Hooker's like, man, let me get some action down there.
Let me bump somebody.
What made Seattle so great, and their two tandem back there, is because Earl was like, I'm a middle of the field safety. Right. I'm going to make plays being in the middle of the field. And Cam Chancellor was like, I'm this box dude. I'm
the boomer.
Right here. But I've been in teams where it's like, bro, I've been in the back all day. Switch me up. Let me get some burn down there. And then that's when things happen, man. So it's delicate.
I was fortunate
when you're right.
when Rod Woodson came to the Raiders, man, and shout out to Rod, one of my
great player.
Yeah, one of my all-time favorite players, one of my football heroes. But like we were in a place where we were able to just rock and roll with it. And for everybody who don't know what rock and roll is, that's like whatever the defense calls for. If I'm already on the right and he's already on the left, whatever it calls for. If I got to go down or he got to go down, we just rock and roll. We just switch each other's positions.
This guy's good,
so,
like that too.
And it's good to be able to have safeties back there and players like that who can manipulate the defense.
But it got away. That your decade, or not your decade, but when you played, I felt like people were interchangeable versus where when I first came into the league, at A&M, I was like, oh, I'm going to play both sides because I got Von Miller, Sean Porter. When I got to the league and I told him, yeah, I can play this side, it was new to me because, which side do you want to play? When you earn that right to be on that side, like you said, it's some guys that'll say, I'm never moving out this spot, or this is me right here, let me get some burn. And that's where I think we do ourselves as athletes, coaches, as a disservice, is not making a defensive and I'll break it down even further. For a defensive lineman.
Gotta get a break. So, Jerry Jones says he wants to pay the kicker. When the owner says he wants to pay you as a player, how much of that do you believe, especially since we saw Micah Parsons? We'll ask the crew next right here. This Players Lounge on DallasCowboys.com.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're maxing out overhead presses, pushing through chest flies, or being the hero your golden retriever needs to carry them over that scary bridge, Smoothie King has the fuel to help you go all out. Build muscle and boost your recovery with 45 grams of protein, 0 grams of added sugar, and delicious customizable ingredients in the Gladiator Smoothie. Available in chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. Only at Smoothie King.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1. Any broadcast without the express addition of cooked-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12. No crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31. Anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Are you a Cowboy superfan? The search is on for the 2025 Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan. Now through September 29th, nominate extraordinary NFL fans, dynamic duo, game changers who rep the Cowboys with pride and turn every game day into an unforgettable adventure. You could be sent to Super Bowl 60. Yes, Super Bowl 60. Enter to win at NFL.com/Fan of the Year today.
All right, Tyler Smith got paid over the weekend.
Give him the bag.
Right now.
So Tyler
He
Smith,
got the bait bag.
$96 million contract extension. So good for him.
High
In the
as
fold.
ever.
Okay, in the fold, and hey, a young man they drafted. This is where you should put your money into people you draft. And now that they're not paying Micah Parsons, somebody's got to get a bag. And so Tyler Smith got a bag. Devon Bland got a bag.
Who's
Brandon
next?
Aubrey is apparently up
He
next.
gotta be.
Go ahead, Jerry. Give him the
As,
Oprah special.
Jerry told 105.3 The Fanhouse Radio Show today he's certainly coming. We'll be looking at that. Probably had communication since the kick. And he says, but it's certainly in the future. So Jerry wants to pay him. But now, if you're a player, considering Jerry did say he wanted to pay Micah Parsons didn't get his money. And Brandon Aubrey is not settling for anything less than the top market as the kicker. If the Tyler Smith going to get it as a guard and Dak going to get it as a quarterback, I mean, I shouldn't say. I should assume there'll be no discounts.
Can't be no discounts in this.
Boy, you can't.
This is the best kicker in the National Football.
And he said
In the
it after
nation.
game.
And
He said it. after
he
the game.
knows. And we were interviewing him. He said, "Look, I'm built for this moment." And I was like, "Man, you know what? You right about that, man. Because he went out there 64 yards. I don't care if it's a dome or not.
Come on,
game
man.
on the line,
Right.
90,000
Pressure.
scream. He just boop, bloop, bloop, rocked it in there. Game
Effortless.
winner. Boop, bloop, bloop, bloop. I mean, and he's been doing this consistently for the past at least 2-3 years. So to me, we always talk about it. I know you always say, Jerry never lets one of his guys go. Micah Parsons was the first, but to me, this is an offensive weapon. And you can't let a bona fide 3 points. You don't even have to get to midfield. You just got to get to the 45 on your side in order to be in his range. You can't let that type of automatic points go. And I believe they'll get the job done. Will his contract be as high as Parsons or Tyler Smith?
No,
it won't be that high.
Your kicker is not going to be that high.
He's
going to have a record.
Got to get it in.
Be real. He's going to have a record-breaking
100%.
contract.
Yeah,
and
He'll set the market.
he's going to set the market. It's always somebody that got to do it. On top of that, you got an owner that actually, like you, publicly have said it with no disputes that's been going on. And I'm going to have to go back to one of the major facts that we've been hearing all season from Newy. Jerry don't let his guys go. And with that being said, he let one go. That's a defensive player. We all know that defensive players are the stepchilds of the league. You can let them go.
That's fact.
But what offensive, first of all, a guy that is the best, not arguably the best, but the known best in his position. And then, like you said, he's a kicker, but he's an offensive weapon. What offensive weapon, Newy, you've been covering the Cowboys for over 20-plus years, what offensive weapon has Jerry has let go that's been in his prime?
DeMarco Murray.
That was the only way. Yeah,
In his
I was about to say,
prime?
that was the only one.
Which he should have.
But there was also, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there stuff about off the field stuff?
No.
Or personnel?
Nah.
He just let him go.
He let him go, it was the right decision. I mean, he was running back. It's kind of
DeMarco had a great season.
Yeah.
I never thought he was a great running back.
But this is a great kicker. We're talking about like your offensive lineman. They're going to play at least 15 to 20 years of we got this. Like I can't help but think of Janikowski, like him doing his thing for as long as like you're going to be here. Why not keep him in his prime? So I don't personally see him letting him go. But we can be wrong.
I think I don't think he's going anywhere, and I think he's only going to get better with time. Like we're used to kickers who have been kicking footballs since elementary, high school, Pop Warner, whatever it is. Like This dude only been kicking footballs for like how many years now?
Because he was soccer
player.
Yeah, he was soccer dude.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I only think that he's going to continue to get better. And then just like you said, to be able to have a weapon that you don't have to cross the 50-yard line to actually get points on the board.
Shit, you get a touch. You get a touchback.
It's there.
You already at the 25. Like that's two first downs.
So,
you good.
so that being said, like I believe, like what y'all said,
It's automatic.
He's going to set the market, and he's going to set that market. But I don't think there's another kicker that's going to even come close to it right now after he sets that market.
So the market was set by Harrison Butker of Kansas City.
He just missed one other day.
4 years, $25 million, $25.6 million, and producer Chris Beam says it was $17.7 million of that guaranteed. So there's the bar. So it goes 26.
That ain't that hard.
26
and 18.
I'm Jerry, 26.
You think Jared go give him this quick? Here, matter of fact,
I mean,
26 cents a plus.
I mean, why not? I mean, this is fair.
Yeah, 100%.
It's more than fair.
This is if Jerry goes in there and says 4 years, $26 million, 18 guaranteed. That right there. If you Butker, sign it. And this is you guys have played, so you guys would have this better understanding than me. Butker's from here. There's no state taxes here.
Yeah, he get
None.
He get
To me, that seemed like I wouldn't want right. That's what I would assume. I would assume.
But then you also got an owner that loves to be flashy, that loves to be the guy that, hey, I pride myself on doing this. So like to even it up a little bit with the kickers, and you got the best one. Here, let me go ahead and flex and pay them like that. It's pennies on the dollar.
Well, I mean,
Compared to what you could have been, you got all this extra money with Micah gone now. You see everybody else getting the bag. Why not? Lock up all my toys so I can go get my new toy.
This isn't. I mean, once again, this is paying the best player. I don't. This is my opinion. I don't think you can argue and tell me that somebody's a better kicker right now than Brandon Aubrey in the game the past 2 years. Like this is pretty. I thought on the broadcast they had a great thing where they said Dayball said if the Cowboys get past the 50, you're in range for him.
You got it.
You know,
a chip shot.
Right. His range is past. Once you pass the 50, you're in his range. And what an awesome weapon for Shoddy. If you're a play caller, you've got a fan to, hey, we don't have to do much. I go back to the Philadelphia game. If Sanders doesn't fumble, they just get 3 right there at the end of the game with 3 minutes to go. It's a whole different way. You're calling the plays and getting down the field. It's a whole different thing. So the ability to sign the weapon, and all 3 of you got in this league by playing special teams when you made your bones. You're winning the special teams game when you have Brandon Aubrey.
Man, you are, and that whoever the special team coordinator, like anywhere around the league, they're going to be sitting there standing on the table. You don't think the coach is like, Jerry, please don't let this one go. Please don't let me. My job as a special team coordinator, I'm trying to make sure he get paid because my job is secure if that man is on the roster.
By the way, still, Damontre Turpin, had to leave the game.
Yeah. Did they have any word?
I was just about to say
how significant
on Turp. They're still kind of day-to-day kind of thing. But yeah, that's another thing going in Chicago is he affects so much of your roster. If you don't have a Damontre Turpin from what he does in the return game and how they were using him as an offensive weapon. So,
that's true.
And maybe Jayden Blue.
You've been waiting on that.
They're looking at it. What's like? Hey, man, hate to see it hurt.
What'd you say? Is your toe still going there? Boy, you go in there the day before the game and you hit him and be like, hey, man, I know it's been a strong week. You think you're going to make it back? And, oh, man, this is my time.
So, okay, you guys are players. So if you get the news, Turp, you saw dudes out here kicking. Are they out there feeling punts extra out there? What are they doing?
You're going to have guys that ain't even returned the kick, but they returned it their sophomore year in college. Hey, coach, I can do this right now.
Do it, coach.
Or, hey, coach, I'm just trying to help the team. Whatever you need, more value,
Hey, my first touchdown in the league was a kickoff return. And I never got to do it in college. And I never got to do it no more after that.
But never in his life did it, but went back there.
I can do it. I got it.
Put me back there, took it back 99 yards. Hey, man, we got Mel Gray for that. You go sit down.
You chilling.
And then I had got slick anyway before because I knew I could do it. My first touchdown playing Pop Warner was a 75-yard kickoff ever. So I'm already knowing I could do kickoff returns. So, of course, I put that incentive in my contract where, like, if I take back 2 kickoffs and do this and do that.
You ain't getting that. They said, you got one. Go ahead, sit him to the side.
Chill, brother. Go ahead, chill, brother.
I'm telling you,
that's good stuff.
It's different, bro.
That's good stuff. All right, man. Fun show today. Well, Cowboys are off today. They'll get ready tomorrow with their Wednesday practice. They get ready to face the Chicago Bears, who are 0-2. This game will be in the Windy City. Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator, will be returning home to where he once played.
You know he dialing it up.
0-3 for Chicago.
I gotta prove. I gotta prove.
Dorsett, Damontre Moore,
That's me.
Barry Church, I'm Newy Scruggs for Chris Beam and everybody involved right here, DallasCowboys.com. Thank you for checking us out.
Just the way players play.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!